All right, welcome into the second hour of the Chase and Big Joe Show right here on 102.5. The Game brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel. Chase off today, Dr. Crane in studio, Brando behind the board. We'll get back to our question of the day, which is just taking over our text line. That is one word. What is one word that people mispronounce all the time that drives you crazy? You can weigh in at 615-737-1025. All right, the draft is 29 hours and 54 minutes away. Tomorrow night, a lot of speculation what's going to happen. I'm anxious. I'm excited. This is fun. Will Jeremiyah Love come here? But Jeremiyah Love talked to Jim Wyatt and basically said...
He said a lot of things, and it's just good to hear from the horse's mouth of like where he might go.
Right.
And here's what he had to say to Jim.
I had a great visit, with the Titans. Their whole coaching staff is great. Their ownership is great. And just the facility itself is getting redone, but great vibes in the facility, Got to meet Cam Ward. Cam Ward's a great guy, great quarterback. So if I was able to team up with him, it would be great. It would be something special.
How much you know about the history of the position there?
The running back position?
Right.
I know Derrick Henry was there. I know he did some great things. So I've always known the Titans to have good running backs. So if I'm to get drafted there, I will continue that legacy. I have no idea where I'm going. But there's a lot of talk about me going to the Cardinals, Titans, Giants. Honestly, I'd be blessed to go anywhere, bring my talents anywhere. It'd be real special for my family. And whatever team I go to, I'm going to make them better. Hey, it's going to be, I don't know, man. It's just going to have to happen. I think it's going to be a great moment, a moment that, you just can't fathom until it happens. Really looking forward to it. I hope the commissioner can do my little love sign. So bring the love to whatever city I'm going to.
All right, Jim.
So he's running with it a little bit.
Jim and Jordan Love at a salsa
Jeremiyah
club.
Love.
Jeremiyah Love.
Yeah, Jordan Love's in Green Bay.
He was. I was listening to the salsa music at some cantina they were at somewhere. Were they in Pittsburgh or was that Miami?
I believe that's Pittsburgh, but it sounded like Miami.
Holy cow. So basically he's just like, I don't care, just draft me.
But again, I don't know what your thoughts are when he said continuing that legacy. To me, I kind of like hearing that because it goes to show you that he is a true running back. To me, I think he is confident in his style of play. He's confident that he can play at the next level because that's what I want to hear out of a franchise running back.
Sure. Although the franchise here has never won a Super Bowl, nobody's drafted better running backs than the Oilers/Titans.
Yeah.
Earl Campbell, Eddie George, Chris Johnson, Derrick Henry, and I'm going to go back, and Lorenzo White in the 80s was a hell of a running back. He did in the same level of those other four of the guys we mentioned, but nobody's drafted more impact running backs in this franchise. No team has.
Yeah.
We went through the list all day. There are some teams have drafted 3, a lot of teams 3. Nobody's had 4. Titans have had 4.
Well, then you go back and look at, with this entire franchise, even with the not perennial backs like a Chris Johnson or Derrick Henry, they've always had a good complementary back. Like you go back in the mid-2000s, you had Travis Henry. You had even Chris Brown in some aspects of
Chris
that.
Brown, that's right. Went 1,000 yards in 03.
Yeah, Lindell White, the smash and dash. Like that was something else. And then you bring into that offense, not really a big, factor into it anymore is the fullback position. You had Ahmad Hall, Lorenzo Neal. Like you bring back those players in that aspect. That's what made a really good run game for this franchise.
Yeah.
So you bring in a guy like Jeremiyah Love, might not be that same style of running back in the early 90s back then, but he has the versatility to be a pass catcher as well. I think that's what makes him a great asset.
Well, it does.
Team.
Fullback is there's 1 or 2 in the league. I get it.
H-back, that's what
Dolphins
it is now.
got one, Niners got one, but I think an H-back because
Giants now have one.
You got to catch a ball. You could block, but you better be able to block, and you got to catch a ball in the backfield. That's it. Fullback traditionally doesn't do that well, and so you need a playmaker. I think playmaker, guy that can explode. I mean, that would be Jeremiyah Love right now. But there's so much uncertainty what's going to happen with 2 and 3 that I don't know I can't say he's going to come here because I don't know.
Yeah, I think a lot of these big reporters don't even know either because before we get to the next thing in the next break, I wanted to talk about what Jay Glazer had to say on a radio show.
What'd he say?
This is what he had to say.
Quote it, man.
I talked to somebody with the Cardinals about, air quote, Love. He said that, that'd be a great player, but a little high for a running back. The salary would make him the highest paid running back in the league. So if one person,
I don't think he'd be the highest paid.
I'm saying like rookie, I believe. Like
Okay.
rookie running back, yeah. So like if that's saying something about the Cardinals of what they might do at 3, then what in the world is Adam Schefter talking about?
Well, do we have what Adam Schefter's talking about?
We do have that, and we'll get to that on the other side, my friend.
Are we already going to break?
Yeah, we can.
We can break it early.
Well, I like good tease, but we can
I
get
like
to it
that.
now if you want. That's
No, we
fine.
don't have to.
Yeah, I think a lot of these big reporters right now are just stir crazy. I think they have so much content and so many stories they want to just publish out to the fan bases across the NFL. They don't know what to really publish.
We call that covering your butt.
Yeah.
It's like, well, if it would be me, I'm like, I think the Titans will take him at 4, but I think if he's not there, they'll probably go Bailey. If Bailey's not there, probably go Reese. And if Reese isn't there, probably go Styles. So they'll probably take one of the first 4 or 5 guys out there.
It's psychobabble. That's what it is. You're talking in circles, and it's psychobabble. And you look at, the previous drafts, everybody's always wanting to watch Mel Kiper's meltdown, the Mel meltdown. This year, it might be the stressful Schefter. I mean, I love the alliteration, but, my goodness.
Well, it's like me when I do my tournament brackets. I did 9 of them. And one of my brackets, I was in the top 8%, right? But the other 8 were just awful. I don't think I had I'm not in the top 50. It was awful, awful. So do I take credit for that one bracket? I can't.
You take credit for the first statement you made or the first bracket you made.
So with these guys saying, well, Love will go here, but if he's not there, it's coming. So they are like, so when it happens, they're like, told you that it would be Reese. I told you that he'd be there. And, so.
And they started out with that. Like they started out with, this Reuben Bain, and that has fallen off. Now it's Jeremiyah Love.
Yeah, this Peter Schrager guy was like, it's Love. And then he's like, I'm being told it's not Love inside the building.
Yeah, and normally his final mock draft predictions are pretty spot on. He's very well in tune.
Who does he have?
Well, now he has Jeremiyah Love at 3, but
to the Cardinals?
Yes.
Who's he got coming here?
I believe it's Sonny Styles. I can double check for you real quick. I had that up and I just closed it.
If there's an alliteration with an S, I'd rather have Sidney Sweeney.
Why is that? Please elaborate, Jerry.
I shouldn't have to elaborate on that to do that.
Oh, man.
All right, we'll take a break coming up. Adam Schefter's weighed in on who the Titans should take. And Adam, you're great at breaking stories. You're not great at drafting players. So anyway, we'll hear from Adam Schefter when we come back right here. This is Chase and Big Joe Show brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel on 102.5 The Game.
Caleb Downs, I think, will be a top 10 pick. Does he go 5, as high as 5 to the Giants? Does he go as low as 10 to the Giants? I could see.
So it sounds like Caleb
might be a
giant. Okay,
I know Giants fans want Styles at 5. They want Downs at 10.
I'm depending on how the draft goes. Right. I think if Love goes 3, if Arizona can't trade out, if Arizona can't trade out, and Arizona does go Love at 3, then Tennessee sitting there. I think Styles is a logical pick there at 4. So you see him go 4, and then Reese is there at 5. And then that's interesting.
I have a question off of that. So that's what Schrags had mocked this morning.
Yep.
Does that mean Thibodeau is on the trade block then if that happens?
I think if they get Reese in the draft, I think they'd be listening.
Okay.
Welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show right here, 102.5 The Game. Adam Schefter weighing in, having no clue what's going on, and just says, I think I'm going to do that and get this and do that, and he doesn't know. The Giants at 5-10, right, could move up to 2 with the Jets and get their guy. And Harbaugh wants a defensive guy, whether it's Reese, Styles, or David Bailey, and boom, could set things going in motion. The Cardinals go at 3 and like, all right, we'll trade out with the Cowboys. Give me your 12 and 20. Cowboys 3, take Love. And then at 4, Titans are left with Styles, Reese, whomever. And then, I don't know, man. I mean, if they take one of those guys, they have to have, this is unfair, but I don't care, a Javon Curse impact. I mean, you're going that high. You're a pass rusher. You're off the edge. I need you to come in and just wreak havoc from the get-go, and I don't know if that's possible.
You really need more production out of the guys that you signed in free agency, and that's Jermaine Johnson and John Franklin Myers. Obviously, you know what you have in Jeffrey Simmons, but if those players step up to the occasion, then you can get that production out of maybe an Arvell Reese or maybe a David Bailey, even Sonny Styles in this case, because apparently his name is in the cards as well. I'm not trying to discredit him as being a bad player, but I wouldn't be okay with that at 4.
So I'm all about trading back now.
Yeah.
Trading back to 9. Give me maybe
9?
Yeah. Why not? The Chiefs will move up and give me more ass. I don't know. I just think I don't know. I'm not a fan of. By the way, Ty Chandler signed with the Saints. Did you know that?
Is he really?
Did he not run over you in high school?
Yep. We're going to try to forget about that. Thank you, Joe.
I just flashed on the board that Ty Chandler left the Viking. Ty Chandler played at MBA.
Montgomery Bell Academy.
Ran over Dr. Crane at Father Ryan, and now he's with the.
First touch of the game, 64 yards, just stiff arm to the ground.
It's all right, though. Did you get him right, chase after him?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I got up, and he was already 40 yards down the field.
It's all right. You didn't quit. Did you still run after him?
I did still run, because if I didn't run, then, bad things would have happened. But
because the eye in the sky never lies.
Yeah, I didn't want to be looked at. I mean, I was already a joke on film on Monday, but minus that, it was pretty bad.
Yeah. Film said it was always fun, especially when getting to college. It was they were not short of cuss words on things.
No.
I had a coach make a guy cry in a film study. I'll never forget. He played a terrible game, though. He should have cried, but just watching him cry in film, and the coach just tripled down on him. I was like, oh, man. They start feeling bad for the guy. But
yeah.
Look, middle linebacker, make plays. If not, get your butt out of there. So where were we?
We were talking about Sonny Styles and just number 4 and all, and how teams might trade up to number 4. What teams would that be the Chiefs? Are you in favor of trading back? Would you be in favor of trading back with the Chiefs at 9? That's what you were alluding to?
Well, maybe the Browns will say, hey, we'll give you 6 and 24 to move up to 4.
But here's the issue. The Browns, I feel like, from what we've seen on mock drafts and what people have reported, it just seems that they're eyeing on a wide receiver.
Okay.
And if a wide receiver for them is Carnell Tate or Jordan Tyson, would that be a little high for the Titans at 4 if they would need to go
Do not take a receiver.
That's what I'm saying.
They did Corey Davis at 5 in 2017. It was a terrible pick.
Awful.
At that moment, it was a bad pick.
Just because he had the most receiving yards in NCAA history at the time with Western Michigan, doesn't mean anything.
He was an average receiver. He was not a number. He was not a number 5 pick.
Yeah,
he wasn't.
I would probably say his biggest moment with the Titans would have been against the Eagles in that overtime game, right? That game
pretty good. He scored a couple touchdowns versus the Patriots in the playoff game. I mean,
sure.
He would have been a great pick at 18.
Sure,
when they took Adoree Jackson.
But
at 5, I mean, and then he was hurt a little bit. I mean, I don't need that. I need you to come in immediately and play and contribute. I don't know Styles or Reese.
Let's put it this way. Even though Robert Saleh is known for his defensive prowess and just teaching these guys up to be a really good just defensive core.
Okay.
Would you be in favor now if Love is off the board at 3 to just trade back and collect whatever?
Yeah. Yeah, I would.
How far back? Because, again, we're looking at a draft, and you even mentioned it at the beginning of the show, that not the best draft out there, but there's going to be a lot of action. And I've mentioned before in the last couple weeks that you take yourself outside that top 10, you're missing out on a few.
How do we know it's not the best draft? I heard everybody talk about it. How do we know? Why was last year better? Why was this year terrible? I don't. I always go back to when Brady got drafted in 1999. Oh, this guy's got, or 2000. No hope. Hope he may see the play one here and there. I mean, they don't know.
I think it's because
don't know.
It's a defensive premium position. They're not sexy positions at all. You want to see your quarterbacks, your wide receivers, your running backs go off the board to really bring eyeballs to the television. And I think that's why a lot of people that are, looking at this draft pool of thinking, yeah, this is not the best draft because it's an edge rusher, it's a defensive tackle, it's a cornerback.
But if you get the rusher, but he's got to come in immediately and play.
I mean, I agree. There's no questioning about that. The issue is that I don't think that's going to happen. As much as the expectation you want it to, I just don't see it happening with any of these guys.
Well, I think if you're at 4,
curse level, that is.
I mean, if the Dolphins say, we'll give you 11 and 30 for 4. I'd do it. Then you got 2 picks, and then you have 3 of the top 35 picks.
I'd be okay with 11 and 30 because at 11, I feel like there's still going to be potentially a wide receiver on the board that you can go and grab at 11.
Well, again, but why are you so in wide receivers?
I mean,
first-year wide receivers, except for 1 or 2, suck.
You look at that position near the top part of the draft at 11, you're not going after an edge rusher at 11.
No. Would you feel better, though, if they took the big boy out of Georgia at 11, the big tackle?
The Monroe Freeling guy?
Yeah. At 11, I wouldn't feel bad. I mean, you're not wasting a top 10 pick. He's 11.
Again,
I know.
11. What was Peter Skoronski when they drafted him?
11.
And this is a tackle, not a guard.
Okay.
Again, what did the Titans draft Skoronski as? A tackle. And then he turned into a guard, correct?
I thought he was always a guard, but I don't know.
He played left tackle at Northwestern.
Sure about that?
For a little bit. I'll go back and look, but I'm pretty sure.
More guard.
Okay, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. But if you go 11, 30, and 35, you get 3 of the top 35 picks. I'm good with that.
Okay.
I don't know what your affinity is with the receiver.
Look, again, I see it as an opportunity for this team to really bolster a wide receiver core that has always been, I wouldn't say bottom of the barrel, but has always been in the middle.
He ain't going to play right now.
But again,
they're not. How do we know they're cutting Ridley? Ridley took a massive pay cut. Ridley, Robinson, Iomanner, DK, Bryce Oliver. There's 5. Okay. We do this every year. We load up the draft. We load up the wide receiver room, and those guys never play. I see it every year. We do this.
You're right. Dorial Green Beckham, Justin Hunter.
It's on and on. I mean, it's too crowded in there. You're only going to throw to really 3 guys. You might throw a 4th one in there, but he's not going to play it.
But again, no. Actually,
shouldn't have brought Ridley back.
Hold up. You make a decent point there, and I don't think it's because of you're just throwing to 3 different guys. You have an offensive coordinator now that can kind of open up the playbook a little bit, not only for Cam Ward, but for the wide receivers.
But also likes to dish the ball off to tight ends and running backs.
That's very true, which means you're not just throwing it to 3 guys on rotation for the wide receiver room.
Right, correct.
So just remember that. Because you mentioned with the Titans, they go and grab a few guys and keep them in the wide receiver room. You're only throwing to 3 guys. That's because it's been one-dimensional for so long with this franchise. When they don't have a really good throwing game with the wide receivers and tight ends, they've always relied on the run game. That's why the run game has been so effective for this franchise. That's why they've had a legacy of really good running backs.
Well, they are, and that's why I want Jeremiyah Love here.
And no discredit to Derek Mason and Chris Sanders. They've all done a really good job. I'm just saying in general, when you look at the franchise as a whole.
That is so, and those guys are our friends.
I didn't say disrespectful.
Derek Mason's a good friend.
They're fantastic.
How dare you?
Oh my goodness! I can't believe you're doing this to me. You're twisting me into.
Dare you, Chris Sanders?
Don't listen to this, man. You're twisting me into a hole that I can't dig out of.
That's right. You shouldn't have done that. I'm not a fan of taking a receiver that are. I'm just not. I'm not a fan. With this franchise right now at this time, when as many guys as they got in the wide receiver room, I'm not a fan of that right there.
So then with 30, what do you do at that point? Would you go after a linebacker or would you go after
I'd go after a linebacker.
Okay.
And that's the thing. I was listening to Paul and the guys this morning talking about Saleh and how he great defensive mind. If you get a guy and Saleh can turn a 2nd or 3rd round pick if he's that good into an all-pro linebacker. If Saleh is that good of a defensive coach and can develop guys, then you take that linebacker in the 2nd round. Don't worry about it. So at 11:30, I'd get, tackle and then maybe, I don't know. At 30, there's all kind of avenues here.
With 11 and 30, you would be okay with taking an offensive tackle and then a linebacker.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, and at 35, maybe take do you need a tight end? I don't know, right?
At 35, I think at 35 that offensive tackle might still be.
We can't watch Dan Moore do this for another year.
I mean, that's fair. You can't. But again, you look at the Titans' cap space right now with $64 million leading the NFL. You can still go and grab somebody in free agency after this draft.
We'll see, man.
I think that's an option. Just putting that out there.
You know what else is an option?
What is that?
Going to break.
That is an option.
Why do you keep cutting your mic off over there?
Because I just don't want to hear reverb. Yeah. All right. Sorry.
So I never hear reverb.
Well, I hear like a buzzing noise every time I click it.
Okay, I don't hear that.
So,
all right. Hey, who's come up at 145?
David James with Liverpool FC, iconic goalkeeper.
How did you arrange this?
I was contacted through the agency along with the soccer club here in the Nashville area.
Are they coming to town?
They are this summer. It is their preseason tour. Thank you very much.
I mean, they take on
Sunderland.
Like 100 million followers.
Correct. 2 historic clubs playing in the largest soccer-specific stadium in North America, and that is Geodis Park.
145. All right, look forward to that. More on the draft when we come back. This is the Chase and Big Joe Show right here on 102.5 The Game. Welcome back to the Chase and Big Joe Show right here on 102.5 The Game, brought to you by the Omni Nashville Hotel. We'll be down there tomorrow at Bar Lines. Come downtown and see us and hang out. We'd love going down there as well. Then we'll head over to T-Line for the draft tomorrow night. Myself, Chase, and Derek Mason will be out there.
Excited?
Derek Mason, the guy you just put down.
I did not put him down. No, D. Mason knows this. No.
One of my dear friends and how you talk about it.
You know what? I hate that.
I need love. All right, so the trading back part now, I'm kind of interested. If Love's not there, and I'm not a fan of Styles and everybody else, trading back, getting 3 of the top 35, get the lineman. What did the texter say? Lineman?
Yes, I'll read that to you, Joe. Thank you for saying that. I said get an edge. Basically need 3 picks in the top 40, but saying an edge, wide receiver, and offensive lineman. You got to figure in what particular order. I would probably say edges first, then wide receiver, then offensive line.
What edge is sitting there for you if you trade back? See if you trade with the Dolphins. 11. All right, let's do Cowboys. 12-20. So you've got 12 and 20, and then you have your 35.
Yeah.
So I like the big boy, although the last Georgia offensive lineman got a general manager fired. But that's a big boy. I mean, then later in the draft, you can get a center and a guard. That Rutledge kid would be great. I mean, to plug him in there, you got to rebuild that line at some point.
So, never mind. I was going to say we could do this in a mock draft, but the mock draft's not cooperating. It's leaving Jeremiyah Love on the board, so that doesn't help.
Does not help.
Yeah, so never mind. But I'm just thinking.
Stick to it or whatever it's called?
It is stick to the model. You're
stick
right.
to the model.
Because I'm thinking if Love is off the board, Cindy Crawford, you're right. Pamela Anderson, keep it going. Let's see. I mean, if you have Jeremiyah Love that's off the board by 4, you trade back, right? So that 4th overall pick is now being traded back.
Yes.
So who would you say you would trade back with?
Well, I want 2 picks.
Okay.
It's either got to be the Browns at 6 and 24. The Giants aren't doing it at 5 and 10. The Dolphins got 11 and 30. The Cowboys got 12 and 20.
Right.
So I mean, who knows? I mean,
the Chiefs. Would you do that with the Chiefs?
They've only got 1 pick, right? Or they
have they have 1 pick, but like their second pick is early in the second round.
I don't want that.
Oh, no, I'm sorry. They do have 2 picks. Excuse me. They traded with the Rams. They have pick 29.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
All right, give me 9 and 29 then. That's fine.
You'd be okay with that.
So you have 9, 29, and 35. So you got 3 of the top 35 picks coming in.
Okay.
But I need all 3 of those guys to play. I don't need those 3 to observe.
Well, let's do that.
I need them to play. So if you get a lineman, you get that linebacker out of Texas. I think it's Anthony Hill, I think his name is. Mm-hmm. And then give me the big boy out of Missouri. Was it Zion? What's his last name? I can't remember his name.
Out of Missouri?
Yeah. Dadgummit.
Zion. I know Zachariah Branch played elsewhere, but that's not the same guy.
That's not the same guy, pal.
I'll have to look for you real quick. Getting a little sidetracked. So 9 and 29 is what you said?
Yeah.
All right. That trade goes through. You have that. Now you're basically waiting to pick. So the Chiefs took David Bailey with that. Carnell Tate's off the board. Jeremiyah Love's off the board. So at 9, this is who you have, all right?
Okay.
Reuben Bain, Mansour Delane, Spencer Fanu, an offensive tackle. Here's the thing. We talked earlier about the texture saying an edge rusher, a wide receiver, an offensive
Give
lineman.
me Bain. Yeah.
So you're going to take Reuben Bain over the tackle out of...
I'm not taking a tackle that early.
All right.
In the top 10. 11 I will, but I'm not doing it there.
So Bain it is. All right.
Bain. I think Bain is embarrassed about what's going on, and he should be. Mm-hmm. And I think he's going to have a point to prove.
Wow. This is... All right. Now you're at 29.
Okay.
And the options you have now would be offensive tackle out of Clemson, Blake Miller. There's some mocks out there that are having him go to New England, also Cleveland. Let's see, at wide receiver, not much is there to offer. I mean, you have, Jeremy Bernard out of Alabama, Chris Brazel. That's another wide receiver from Tennessee. That might be an option.
No.
Chris Bell, Zachariah Branch, who I mentioned just a bit ago. Antonio Williams.
Is that linebacker from Texas there?
A linebacker. Oh, you're talking about Jacob Rodriguez?
No, Anthony Hill.
Oh, Anthony Hill. Okay, let's see here real quick. He is on the board.
Take him.
Really?
Yeah,
okay.
Give me a linebacker. So I got Bain. My defense that defense is going to be a wall.
So you got Bain Simmons, and Anthony Hill,
Franklin Myers, who's the guy that came over from the Jets.
Now you're back on the clock at 35.
Okay.
And so at 35, here's what your options are for. You have that Emmanuel McNeil Warren. He's a 6'3" safety. He can play kind of anywhere.
Has he got 3 names?
Mm-hmm.
Serial killer.
Hyphenated
Don't
last name.
Okay.
Cassius Howell, you guys have mentioned that. He's an edge guy. Let's see, T.J. Parker out of Clemson. Zion Young is who you're thinking about.
Zion Young.
The Missouri guy. So he's
an edge, right? Mm-hmm. So we got an edge in Bain. We got a linebacker in Hill. That defense has now become a force.
And at wide receiver, this is your options that I've kind of already mentioned. Going a little further down the list, Elijah Surratt, Malachi Fields, Ted Hurst, Skylar Bell out of Canuck.
Stowers still there at tight end?
Let's see. Stowers is still available.
Take him.
Really?
Yeah, why not?
You make a good point about that. I'm going to think about something else we'll bring up later on the show. But, yeah, so you have that. D'Angelo Pons is off the board. Titans don't pick until the 66th.
So the first 3 picks, we have Reuben Bain.
Yep.
We have Anthony Hill.
Correct.
Eli Stowers.
Correct.
Stowers will probably play 30% of the time because you got Gunnar Helman there, but that adds a nice little backup. He's a hell of a tight end. Mm-hmm. Hill's going to play linebacker. Saleh can mold that guy into something, and then you got Reuben Bain.
At 66, do you go offensive line?
Yes.
How about Keelan Rutledge out of Georgia Tech?
Bring him, MTSU boy, bring him home.
There you go. I had a feeling you might be.
Bring him home. Come home, Mr. Rutledge.
This is kind of forming to a Joe Dubin mock draft. That's all right. I'm cool with it.
Hey, listen, pal.
I'm not complaining. You, sir, over here.
Do you know who listens to this show and loves our mock drafts?
Who's that?
Mike Berganzi.
You're right. He does. I need to get him some pasta, man.
Yeah, he's listening. He's big fan of the show.
All right, so here we go.
Never heard of us anyway.
That's all right. Here's the result of the draft. It gave us a B+, one trade, and that was with the Chiefs with 9 and 29. The best value in the draft you got was Reuben Bain.
Thank you.
And then your biggest reach, Joe, was Eli Stowers in the 3rd round. So
third round? I thought he went 35.
I'm sorry, 35th overall pick. Excuse me. So
biggest. That's the same thing that said Tavondre Sweat was an A+ player.
Yeah.
Believe this guy.
But yeah, there's your 4 picks.
I love it. And we can't after tomorrow. We can't do any more mock drafts.
No, and then you can just kind of look for 2027.
Boss man just pulled out of the parking lot.
Man,
going to crack some skull.
He did.
Crack some skulls. All right. Hey, what's coming up next, man?
Thank you. Yeah, Liverpool legend goalkeeper David James is going to be on with us here next, talking about the upcoming preseason tour for Liverpool as they take on Sunderland here at Geodis Park. I believe that is July 25th. So make sure you get your tickets for that. There'll be plenty more interviews with that coming in the near future when they're back in town. But
love it, pal.
Liverpool, they're top 5 in Premier League right now, and we'll see what they can do going forward. We'll get to more of that on the other side of the Chase and Big Joe Show, 102.5 The Game. Chase and Big Joe, 102.5 The Game. Dr. Crane, Nick Frazier, alongside Liverpool legend David James. How are you, sir?
Thanks for having me on the show, Nick. Yeah, I'm very well, thank you. First time in Nashville, so getting to learn a lot very quickly.
Yeah, I guess you haven't had the hot chicken yet. Everybody comes here for that, and I assume, with all the bachelor parties around, you haven't been on a pedal tavern yet, have you?
I've seen that. Hot chicken is on the to-do list.
There you go.
As is ribs, which I missed out on last night in Broadway. So a lot of stuff still to do.
Yeah, Nashville, there are a lot of different things to do. I'm born and raised Nashvilleian, so it's just new stuff pops up every single week. But one thing that's popped up for the summer is Liverpool FC coming to Nashville. How about that?
Fantastic. There was you saying that Nashville's got everything, but it hasn't until the 25th of July when Liverpool turn up to play Sunderland in a pre-season match, which will be fantastic.
And also just with the World Cup coming to North America, especially the United States, Canada, and Mexico, what are your thoughts on the game as a whole growing in North America?
From what I've seen on many different levels. I mean, from a Liverpool perspective, we have 26 million supporters here in the US, which is amazing. It's the fastest growing club in support in that sense. So for Liverpool, that's great. But talent-wise, they're getting better. The players are getting better. I believe Nashville are doing pretty well as well.
Yeah, they're semifinals of the CONCACAF Champions Cup. So, I mean, beating one of the greats of Mexico it's impressive.
Yeah, and I think that just illustrates how the game's growing and how the ability is growing. With regards to the fans, I mean, just come from Tampa and a Premier League event there. There were so many fans.
Yeah,
different shirts from all eras of the Premier League, in harmony. Except for the results every now and again, of course. A lot of Liverpool fans there who are very happy with the result yesterday, it has to be said. But yeah, I just think football is, or soccer, depending on what you want to call it, it's going from strength to strength, and to be here to experience it firsthand, I think is amazing for me.
Yeah, I'm Italian American, so I call it calcio from time to time. I grew up a Milan fan, but I have a soft spot for Liverpool because
Milan fan.
Yeah, AC Milan. Just growing up back in the day, I have some family that live in Milan, and my grandmother's from Sicily, so I'm a big Palermo fan as well. They got relegated way back down to Serie D, so I've been watching their ranks to go through the 4th division all the way up to the 1st division. So
there will be a few fans here for different reasons that will understand 2005.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Just sorry to bring that up.
That's okay. That's all right. I'll let it slide. But just overall, when it comes to Liverpool going up against an historic club like Sunderland, that's got to be great for just not only brand exposure, but just bringing more fans, new fans that are, like you talk about, maybe not be fans of Liverpool.
Yeah, I think this pre-season tour the timing of it is exactly right. Not just because it's on the back of the World Cup, but because it's so close to the beginning of the season. You mentioned Sunderland there as the opposition here in Nashville. They have had an incredible season. A lot of people have been saying a lot of good things about them. But more importantly, because it's so close to the beginning of the Premier League season, this won't just be a little kick around in front of a few new fans. This is an opportunity for both teams to put their teams through the paces, give them a good workout in preparation for another successful season.
Not to get too much in the weeds with it, but one of the Italian players, Federico Chiesa, may be leaving in the summer.
I love him.
I know. Right? Who doesn't?
I love him. Sorry.
No, please elaborate more on Federico Chiesa, please.
And again, this is fans who come to the game, 25th of July. Fans who come to the game, hopefully he'll be hanging around long enough to be there. But when you see the likes of Chiesa, the likes of the talent that Liverpool got, Sunderland have got, just to see how infectious they are. I mean, Chiesa in particular, every time I see him on a football, you can put him in any era. He is one of those guys who will give 100% all the time, is frustrated if he's not able to give 100% for the right reasons, and the guy that you want in your team. And it hurts me because obviously he played for Italy when they beat England, but I love him.
And then another player that's been so much to the club, even though he was at previous clubs before, and that was Mohamed Salah, wanting to leave on good terms with Liverpool. What's he been to the club along with the current roster right now?
Yeah, he has been incredible. I mean, whether this season compared to last season, I think the problem was last season was so stellar. It's easy to make the comparisons in the wrong way. But he's another player who gives 100%. If there was anyone who was going to score against Everton in his last derby, it was going to be Mo Salah. Hopefully, for the rest of this season, he can still contribute to get Liverpool to those Champions League places. But I wouldn't be surprised if half the shirts have got his name on the back.
Yeah, I mean, Nashville being one of those clubs that love watching Premier League. This city alone loves watching Premier League soccer. I believe it was last year, the year before, NBC came, they did like an NBC morning show, and there were thousands of Liverpool shirts everywhere. And I'm just thinking, Mo Salah, Mo Salah, Mo Salah. Everything had Mo Salah on. I was like, yeah, this is a town that loves Liverpool and a lot more Premier League clubs. So it's a wonderful thing to see.
It is, yeah. And if I can sort of bring a bit of synergy with Nashville, I mean, I suppose it's like the classic music eyes. Me being a big Kenny Rogers fan.
Yeah.
Well, I'm big and I'm a fan. I'm a massive. You understand what I mean?
I get what you're saying. Absolutely.
Kenny Rogers is like Liverpool's Mo Salah. It's a name that will always be associated with Kenny Rogers in musical terms, Mo Salah with Liverpool terms. But there will be a new Mo Salah. It might be Rio and Gamoa.
Yeah.
I mean, if Nashville fans can come and watch this guy perform, then they'll be seeing the next generation for sure.
Along with Rio, what are some names to, I guess, highlight for some fans that are not, average, that are the average soccer fan, but also are fans that just love following the sport in general?
For coming here to Nashville,
yes.
I can kind of name the whole team if you want. Well, I'm not going to name the whole team because there's too many of them. But we have so much talent, and I think as I said, because of the timing of the game. Against Sunderland a couple of weeks before the Premier League season, then you're going to see strong teams going out there. There will be as well new additions, I'm sure, because of the transfers and stuff like that. So I think the Nashville fans will get to see Liverpool players in action before a lot of the homegrown fans back home in the UK. So it's an opportunity, as I say, to really get on the Liverpool train, if you like. Now, I have to use train as an analogy because we've just seen a 3-mile train blocking the roads around here, which seems to be quite common.
Welcome to the club. This is a normal thing around Nashville. You got to know your back roads, go over some ramps here and there, but that's always a thing, especially when you go to a Nashville SC game. If you take down one of those back roads, you're going to run into a train. You'll be there for 35 minutes.
Fantastic.
It just happens. But I'd be remiss if I didn't ask your career along with Liverpool, being one of the most capped players for the club itself, and one of them being a part of a big championship team, and that was the Football League's Cup.
The
in 95,
the
correct?
League Cup in 95, yeah. I was with Liverpool for 7 years. It's interesting because when you're playing, you are with your team, if that makes sense. You leave the team, and obviously you want that new team that you're with to win. Having stopped played, travelled around the world, like I said, experiences in Tampa, experiences in other continents. When you meet Liverpool fans, they're part of your family. They welcome you in. And I can only encourage people to come to watch this game, because when you meet other Liverpool fans, they're going to be friends for life.
Yeah.
In a different way, I would argue, to a lot of other clubs. I had some great times there, some great music. Kenny Rogers.
Yeah, some of the best.
Some of the best, yeah. And also, another bit of synergy with 2005. I came to Chicago to play for England against the US. Watch Liverpool win that Champions League game, which you probably have tried to forget about.
I tried.
So
I've
had a bit of an experience with playing here in the US, having US fans come to watch the game, and to come back here now, as I say, to talk about the preseason tour. It's nice, full circle.
Yeah, and as for you being a former player now on the other side of things when it comes to the club, but you still get that itch from time to time, just like you want to be back out there with the club?
I do, yeah. And occasionally I'll get invited to do penalty shootouts at halftime. Save 12-year-old kids' penalties.
Just ruin their future.
Yeah, in front of the cop. It's the weirdest thing to save a penalty in front of a cop with Liverpool goalkeeper's jersey on and get booed.
Oh. Yeah. That's a bad combo. Like, it's almost like, arrest me, please. I feel like I've done something wrong, right?
I thought it was almost like the height of my performance, and but it was all good-natured. As I said, Liverpool fans are absolutely fantastic. But I itch. But to see the talent, I go and watch plenty of games. These guys are incredible. And as I say, I just encourage you. I mean, if you're a Nashville fan who wants to start supporting an English team, Liverpool's your team.
Yeah, and also, too, when it comes to the city alone, I know you haven't been to a game here in Nashville yet. Have you been to the stadium facility at all?
En route.
Okay.
There's a train in the way.
Yeah, there you go. That's one of the reasons. But when you get there, it is one of the, I'd say, the most beautiful stadium in North America. It is. It's the largest soccer-specific stadium in North America. But overall, just the way, like you mentioned with family with Liverpool, that's how a lot of Nashville SC fans feel. That's how a lot of media feel. You walk in and you feel like you're a part of the club. You're a part of the group. And I think that's something that Liverpool fans will kind of catch on to when they come to Nashville to see this game.
I'm looking forward to it. I mean, the sort of I'm a sportsman at heart. You know, obviously my career was in football. I've been to different sports stadiums here in the US over years. First of all, just seeing the construction. There's a lot of very American style to American stadiums, which is exactly how it should be. But to meet fans, and I think in July to actually meet local fans would be amazing.
Yeah.
And again, just have I love talking to people about their reasons for supporting teams, to reasons for supporting sport. Just to get that experience, I think would be absolutely amazing.
Well, I appreciate your time, David. I know you got a lot going on. You guys are en route elsewhere, but appreciate you stopping by the studio and talking a little bit about some soccer or football or calcio, however you want to say the World's game. And it is going to be a busy schedule for the summer World Cup, and then you have the preseason tour coming around Saturday, July 25th, Liverpool FC taking on Sunderland. And if you want to get those tickets, you can go to Ticketmaster.com and anywhere else. Do you have anything else you want to plug?
Well, hopefully, if I get out here, then maybe I can share a hot dog with you watching the game. Done. Signed, sealed, delivered. We're shaking. There we go.
Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Well, hey, Dave, appreciate the time.
Thank you.
And we'll get into more of this on the other side of the Chase and McJoe Show, 102.5 The Game.